Very good evening to one and all. After so many days, I welcome back you once again to my YouTube video, and in this video, I will discuss about Indian Prime Minister visit to Bhutan. Indian Prime Minister went to Bhutan for the celebration of the 70th birthday of K4, and this K4 was the fourth king of the monarchy of Bhutan, and he became the king of Bhutan in 1972 at a very early age of 16 years. And he, from 1972 to 2006, interacted with over 12 Indian Prime Minister, right from Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in 1972 to Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh in 2006. And he was the one who has really elevated the ties of India and Bhutan, and his contribution was really high. I will tell you in this video what was his contribution and how this India and Bhutan relationship was being actually elevated at his time. If I talk about this relationship, in 1949, India and Bhutan have signed a treaty of friendship in which it was signed that India will be a guiding hand to Bhutan in its foreign policy as well as in its basically foreign relations with other countries, or we can say any foreign action by Bhutan. But in 2007, this treaty was modernized and this treaty was changed, and the clause of India's guidance to Bhutan in its foreign policy was completely removed, and a complete sovereignty was given to Bhutan and as well as to India. But still, the Bhutan was the country that has always been stand by India, whether it has the border disputes with China, or it has faced several issues in its issues with China or the boundary issues with China. This country has always been stand by India. We all know what happened in the Doklam issue and India's military movements or India's military development in accordance with China's military development in the Doklam region. But Bhutanese government has always been stand by India. Now, if I talk about the K4, the fourth king of monarchy, Jigme Singya Wangchuk, became the king of Bhutan in 1972, and at the time he has really worked towards the energy sector first. He has signed the hydroelectric project with Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in 1972, and that was the project which was named as Chukha hydroelectric project. This hydroelectric project was the foundation of further more hydroelectric project, because that time Bhutanese government have realized the huge potential of their rivers related to development of electricity, and as well as export this electricity power to India or other neighbors including. So this hydroelectric project was signed, and as this was inaugurated in the presence of Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. Again, at the time of Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, one more project was signed, and that was of 60 megawatt project. Again, at the time of Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, 1020 megawatt project was also inaugurated. And this time, when Indian Prime Minister visited to Bhutan, one more project which was named Punat Sangchi hydroelectric project, which will be of 1200 megawatt, was also inaugurated. So this hydroelectric project was related to the energy ties between these two countries. If I talk about the defense ties, at the time of 2001-2002, the insurgencies in the India's northeast region have increased a lot, and several groups like Ulfa was started developing, and they have taken a shelter at the borders between India and Bhutan. And both countries at the time coordinated with each other, and that was the first military operation of Bhutan in removing the insurgencies from the region. And they have really coordinated with the Indian Army, and Indian Army was successfully able to arrest these insurgent groups, and they were completely washed away from the region. If I talk about his contribution related to other subjects, he was also coordinated with Indian government related to its 5-year plan, in accordance with India's 5-year plan, and he had really elevated its economic development in the region. India has provided in terms of infrastructural development. Our border and road organization has provided them development of roads and border infrastructure according with India. So we have always been stand by there, and this Prime Minister visit to Bhutan is an example of India's neighborhood first policy, because we really mean it. When we say the neighborhood first policy, we really mean it. And he has really meant it to celebrate the 70th birthday of the former king of Bhutan, Jigme Singya Wangchuk. He has also met with their current Prime Minister, as in the year 2008 this monarchy was completely end in the Bhutan and democracy was established under the guidance of Jigme Singya Wangchuk. So he was the one who has really contributed towards the elevation of these ties. Bhutan is the country which have the status of carbon neutrality. For India's point of view, it is very important to take the lessons from these people how to become a carbon neutral country. At the same time, it is in its complete uncertainty in India's neighborhood. If we consider Pakistan, Bangladesh, and even Nepal, and even in the southern India, or at the southern neighbors, the Maldives, are there is a complete uncertainty in India's ties with these region or these neighbors. But Bhutan is the only country who has always been stand by India, and our relationship has always been deep rooted. And so we hope to become more and more development in the region and as well as in the relationship between these two countries. Thank you.